So I bet you're wanting to know what's happening with this 90. Well, strangely enough, the owner turned up out the blue and said, "Is it done?" Well, I says, "Yeah, but I don't have your phone number or anything like that. I can't call you up." Anyway, he took it for a drive. He says, "Yep, everything's fine, no problem." He says, "I'm going to take it for inspection." I said, "What do you mean? You haven't inspected it yet?" No. He says, "I was supposed to do it a few years ago, but he said I didn't get around to it." He's had it 10 years, still hasn't got it licensed. Anyway, I said, "Well, I'll have a look around it, but I'm only going to do the minimal on it." "Why is that?" he said. "Well," I says, "it needs tyres for a start, because the tyres are all cracked inside." "Ooh, they've got good treads." I says, "Yeah, but here in Quebec it doesn't matter if it's got some slight sidewall cracking, it's a fail." So I changed the rear mud flap because that was broken and missing. Front indicator bulb was out, and of course when I took the bulb out the whole unit fell apart, so I had to put that in. The battery wasn't clamped down. That's part of the inspections, must be clamped down. Fortunately I found the clamp in the back. 4 years ago I put the little reflectors on here because these don't count. You know, the side repeaters, they don't count. It has to have reflectors on because they said they can't see the light on the side at a junction. I find that very hard to believe. What else? So topped up the brake fluid and the screen wash. The brake fluid thing is a joke. I took a car for inspection once and it was just to say over the line, and he says, "Well, that's a fail." I said, "What do you mean it's a fail? It's got too much in." "Oh," he says, "it's a fail. It should be below that line and above that line." So I got a screwdriver and put it in the reservoir and flew it all over his garage floor. I says, "Will it pass now?" He says, "Yeah, that's okay." The one thing you've got to know about Quebec inspections is they'll find something wrong with it. That's why I didn't put it on the lift and go around it and this, that and the other. I said, "Take it down for inspection. They'll fail it on something," because they're on $140, $150 an hour down there, and even if it's the slightest little thing like repairing a bulb, they'll charge you $150 for it. So I said, "Take it down, get a fail sheet, come back, and we'll do what they want you to do. They want you to do for it to pass inspection. Because it's not licensed and on the road, you have a year less 1 day to get it repaired," which is a bit of a joke, isn't it, really? So it really is a joke. I'll tell you some of the funniest things that I've ever had. We had a car in once that had a plug in the tyre. You know them emergency plugs you can put into a tyre and pull them out, and it seals up the tyre so you can get home. Well, you're not supposed to keep them in all the time. Well, this one had a plug in it. Oh, failed that. You can't have that. So when we got home, I said, "Well," the customer, I said, "Well, we've got to get that tyre fixed." He says, "Oh, I don't really want to do that." So I said, "Tell you what, I'll put the back tyre on the front tyre on the back." And the thing is, when it's failed, it can only fail on that tyre. So he didn't look at the back one, he looked at this one again. He said, "Oh yeah, that's okay." He got it fixed eventually, but you know. But they are a very funny thing. And one of the things I was going to mention about this, because it's the strangest country ever, is that we don't have annual inspections. But when you import a vehicle from the United States or out of province like Ontario, you've got to get it inspected. And if, after 10 years, he's lost his papers for this, especially the paper for paying the tax and duties when it's been imported, he's screwed, because they don't keep any records of that. And without that, that car is just a monument, really. Parts car. Sad, isn't it? But there's nothing else you can do with it. I mean, you could get another VIN number and play papers if you really wanted to and swap them over, but it's a bit dodgy. But you can't do anything with that tax paper. And 10 years? There was something else. Oh yeah, battery wasn't tied down. There was something else. Oh, the washer fluid. Oh, the horn wasn't working. I put him another cheapy horn on from Amazon, and that was it. So you can take it away, and I said bring it back, because how do we explain how this works? You can't drive the car to inspection without having a temporary permit on it. To get a temporary permit on it, you've got to register the car. Like I say, if he hasn't got all the papers, he can't register it, so there's no point taking it for inspection. But if he does get a temporary, you've got 4 days to take it there, get it inspected, bring it to your local garage to get it fixed, and take it back to get a pass. Now the thing is, they can't fail it on something else they found. Hence the plug in the back tyre. So if they found that plug in the back tyre, doesn't matter. It didn't fail on that on the day. So we cheated a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. But after that, he's on his own. I can't really help customers out when it comes to that department because I don't keep papers or anything in that description. It's a shame, really. You would have thought, well, as soon as you bring the car in, you've got to get it registered. What's the point? What's the point of bringing it? I don't know. So, anyway, down to him. It's a nice little truck, and it is all original. Something very rare. In fact, when I was putting the battery in, I thought, oh, bloody hell, this is the wrong battery clamp. It was actually off a Series 3, you know, with the air cleaner in. It's got cutouts for the air cleaner. So they actually used old bits of Series 3 on it. Oh, another thing they do for inspection, which is you'll probably find this out when you've been with the car, they put a dial test indicator on the wheel rims and spin them round to make sure they're not buckled. They're all buckled, they always do. They always run out a little bit. That's a fail. So again, what we do is just swap it over for another wheel and that's it. Doesn't matter. Like I say, what does it care? I mean, nobody cares. I mean, can you remember Curtis's car when you opened his pickup? When you opened the door, there was no sills on it, none, nothing at all, just a floor, huge gap in the car. Cops pulled him up for having a defective rear tailgate. It was held on with ratchet straps, all at a different angle and stuff like that. And so the cop said, "You've got 48 hours to fix it. If you don't fix it, it's off the road." And Curtis looked at it and said, "This will never get through inspection." So he went and bought another truck. What did he got? A Toyota Highlander electric thing, you know, like hybrid. He had it about, I don't know, about a year, and the back axle fell off it, funnily enough. It was rotten as a pear. Oh, you've never seen anything like it. Anyway, I'm going to go stop rambling. We've got things to do. See you later.